Plan A stands for action.
And on the question of finance.
A high-level political agreement with a mandate to come back in 2000.
I'd much rather watch Copenhagen from off my couch with a big.
Given everything that's happened during these last few years, particularly after Copenhagen, would you say that you've had virtually an impossible job to do?
No, on the contrary, I think I've had an incredibly satisfying job. I had two goals. One, to see the formal launch of negotiations on a long-term response to climate change, and that happened in Bali. And secondly, to get this issue on the political agenda where it belongs, at the top. And I think with 120 heads of state and government coming to Copenhagen and working on the Copenhagen Accord, that was delivered as well. So it's been a tough job, but it's been a very satisfying one as well.
There have been some suggestions that this change of leadership could be an opportunity to re-energize the talks without taking that too personally. How do you see that?
Well, this is undeniably a very complex process because it's not just an issue of reducing emissions. It's also about adapting to the consequences of climate change. The 100 or so countries that have contributed nothing to this problem, but will be confronted with all of the consequences. So in that sense, I know the international process is slow. I know it's painstaking, but I believe that having all of the constituents at the table and trying to address all of the needs and concerns is, at the end of the day, incredibly valuable.
Could we talk for a little bit about the process of choosing a successor? Could you just describe how that's going to work?
Well, I talked to the UN Secretary General yesterday, and I know that he wants to move quickly on this. He will shortly be consulting the countries that form the Bureau. That's the body that oversees the negotiating process on the profile for my successor. So this is at the top of his agenda as well. He wants to move on it quickly. And I'm confident that a much better person will be found.